the history of the people and who they were and what they believed is sort of like encountering a necklace that has been torn apart. There are pieces here, there are pieces there. Individually, those pearls may be interesting in themselves, but being able to pull them back into a necklace, discovering what are the other missing pieces and how they fit to each other, then that became a lifelong passion of mine. Because I think in photography, one of my mentors taught me about doing portraits is that when you do a portrait of somebody, especially if they're an artist or a writer, it's very important to try to get inside that person's head, to read everything you can, to be exposed to everything you can, if it's a musician, whatever, so that when you look at that person, you have an informed understanding of what's going on with them. So my work to antiquity sites is the same. Once you approach the ancient antiquities, there is a lot of questions that sort of bubble up in your heart and your mind, because first you're struck by the awe of these monumental structures that are ruins, things that are left behind, and not what the total package. And what's left, the abbreviated package, is still awesome in their monumentalness and has such a great impact on your mind. It makes you wonder, one, how could this be? Who did it and why? Over time, though, you begin to, in studying Egyptology, you begin to see that there is contact with Nubia. The contact is one of family fights between one neighbor and the other neighbor, exploitations, back and forth, push and pull, and that in itself is tells an interesting story about the will of both of these groups of people. We humans, we look at time on a straight line. Which may or may not be true. But I believe that the Spirit is in everything. And that the will of the Spirit creates everything. And because of it, time puts us on parallel tracks, doesn't really separate us. The people who lived 1,000 years before still were the same kind of human being that you and I are. We're only separated by a border. We call that border time. But that doesn't mean that we can't look over the fence of the border. If I understand fear, then I can see their fear. If I understand happiness, I can see their happiness. If I understand doubt and myself, I can see their doubt. So I take the same approach when I look at cultures that we are separated by time. They have physicalized their cognitive thought in sculpture, in paintings, in whatever. But the act of giving their thoughts a physical reference as a human can also speak to me, if I'm inclined to be open to it.